Let's take you back to Parliament, where suspended Deputy Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya is appearing before the ad hoc committee investigating allegations of criminal infiltration, corruption and political interference in the South African Police Service. Zoleka Qodashe is attending proceedings and joins us now live. Good afternoon to you, Zoleka. I know Vusimuzi Ket Matlala, says the Deputy National Commissioner, but we're not buddies.
That's correct, Vuyo. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the viewers. And that's the same sentiment that he expressed around Brown Mokhotsi, the controversial Northwest businessman. He actually admits before the ad hoc committee that Brown Mokhotsi contacted him and also warned him about crime intelligence people that were investigating him. He was asked a question about his relationship with Brown Mokhotsi. He says that they're not friends, but in fact, Brown Mokhotsi is the one that regularly contacts him and that he does not reach out to him. But when asked about why someone of such a nature would be contacting him relating to matters of politics, he said that it's a common occurrence. It happens because he is in the position that he is in. He also said, when asked about the continued contact, he said that he would not block Brown Mokhotsi from his cell phone and that because he provides such crucial information to him, he would remain in contact with him, or rather would keep that contact, something that has been probed by the evidence leader, the chief evidence leader, Advocate Norman Arendse, who's asking about the nature of that relationship. They're also asking him about the political killings task team and the structure and its limitations to the KZN province. And that's something that the suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner for Crime Detection, Shadrack Sibiya, has been speaking about as well, saying that his issue with the PKTT is the fact that it had limitations in that it only functioned in KwaZulu-Natal, given the fact that there are other areas that may be bedeviled by the same ills, but did not have a task team that was disbanded or rather deployed to those areas. So those are some of the submissions that have been given by Shadrack Sibiya, but also a number of other things. His relationship with the police minister, Senzo Mchunu, who's now been placed on leave of absence, but also his relationship with Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the chief cop in KwaZulu-Natal. He says, in relation to his relationship with Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, is that in fact they had a good relationship. The only time that their relationship started to deteriorate, or the first sign that their relationship was deteriorating, was with the AKA murder investigations. He says that then Police Minister Bheki Cele wanted to be updated on the investigations in that regard, and that because he knew that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi would be engaged in several meetings, decided to phone or contact the Deputy Police Commissioner in the province, who then reached out to Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who took great exception to that move by the Deputy National Police Commissioner, in that he said that his people or his officials within the province could not be dictated to by people outside, and that essentially they account to him as a top cop in the province. Apparently he was fuming after that engagement, and that's where the relationship sort of deteriorated or started to deteriorate. But he also says that on the 4th of July, he was in communication with Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who he says did not give an indication of what was looming and the explosive allegations that would come on the 6th of July 2025. But what we also saw at the beginning of proceedings was legal matters being ironed out in relation to the sitting of some, or attendance of some MPs, in relation to the criminal cases that some of them have instituted against Sibiya. Not only Sibiya, in fact, David Skhosana of the MK party has filed a criminal case against Sibiya, Ngabinde, as well as Minister Senzo Mkhunu in relation to those 6th of July explosive allegations that were made by Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Now, that was done shortly after the allegations and that press briefing by KZN's top cop. And Sibiya also sought legal advice on whether he could continue with his evidence in chief, given the fact that there was a person that could be accused of having a reasonable apprehension of bias being in the same sitting in which he would have to testify, given the fact that there was that criminal case that was launched against him. Of course, the DA has withdrawn one of its members because of that reasonable apprehension of bias and have replaced the member. And so it remains to be seen whether the MK party would be adopting the same approach and also looking at its legal options in that regard. So we're expecting to resume after lunch at around 4 o'clock for the continuation of Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya's continuation of his evidence in chief, Vuyo.
Zoleka Qodashe, live from Parliament, where that ad hoc committee investigating allegations of criminal infiltration, corruption and political interference in the SAPS is currently on a break.